Good evening, everyone. The first question you may be wondering is, why is this guy standing in front of the class wearing a skirt and a dirty sweater? Well, first of all, I'm representing my favorite YouTuber. But second of all, I'm also representing a common-ish queer activity known as cross-dressing. I'm sure you all know about it by now, where men dress in feminine clothes or vice versa. And I know what a lot of you may be thinking at first, oh, because he's wearing feminine clothes, he wants to be feminine. That's not the case at all. And I'm going to make you another example. This may be a meme, but hear me out for a second. Just because kissing is seen as a form of affection. I'm sure you do it with your parents, maybe your significant other, or even just your pets. Yes, you kiss your pets. Doesn't mean you love your pets that way. I sure hope not. The point is, the act of kissing doesn't necessarily stipulate one thing or the other. It doesn't mean you're gay or anything. But why am I bringing this up? Because queer and homosexual actually have the same meaning for quite some time. But nowadays, when you think of the word queer, you may be tempted to think of this. These are what we know as fence-sitters. People that don't know what they want to decide on, people that are indecisive, and people that can't really identify themselves. Not only is this a terrible word to use, it's pretty much a slur at this point, but at the same time, it pretty much defames the original meaning of the word queer. It wasn't even gendered back then. So today, bear with me for another 9 or so minutes as we explore a potential future where the word queer had a neutral or positive meaning. What if queering meant to ask the important questions? Before we look into the future of that, we need to look into the past. What exactly does the word queer mean? Or rather, what did it used to mean? Show of hands, who knows what the origins of the word queer are? That's one person. Well, it's not too surprising that you don't know, because we don't actually have a defined origin of the word queer. Don't get me wrong, we do know when it was originally used, but we don't know its exact origins or what the word was based on. We do have some speculation though. Back in the 16th century, people say it was supposedly derived from the German word queer, meaning odd or oblique. Oblique means a slanted shape. Back then, queer was simply a neutral term, something to describe something that was odd or abnormal or strange. If you said you were feeling queer, maybe you were a little sick. If you said that shop looked quite queer, you think the shop was a little strange. It was only in the late 19th century, around 1894 or something, that the term queer became a gendered term. And back then, it was simply slang for homosexual. Yeah, about 200 or so years ago, the terms gay, homosexual, and queer all meant the exact same thing. We know that's not how it is nowadays, but why is that? I'm sure you're all familiar with these two terms, toxic masculinity and shame femininity. And if you're not, I'll explain them in one phrase real quick. Man up because it's bad to not be a man, and it's also bad to be a female. So why am I bringing this up? It's because these kinds of terms are terms that railroad people into picking one identity or the other. In essence, they are boiling down gender into a black and white concept. We all know it's not, it's a spectrum. But because people see it as so black and white, if you can't pick a side, then what do you end up being? You end up being on the gray part of the gray area. The issue with that is, society is quite obsessed with labels. I think everyone, at one point in their life, has tried to think, where am I in life? Ano ba yung quote-unquote categorization ko? For a lot of people, it's pretty tough to determine. And for some people, it's impossible to determine. Queer is meant to be one of those terms that means, okay, I can't define myself into one of the, 70 plus different gender identities at this point. I don't blame you, but it's difficult to choose at times. So people end up thinking, I'll just use the word queer for now until I figure out what I really am. The problem with that is, instead of getting the best of both worlds, you get the worst of both worlds. What do I mean by that? If we go back to this slide, toxic masculinity and shame femininity. These are meant to shame people that are not either fully masculine, fully feminine, or some other mix of them. Being queer means you identify yourself as neither of them. So what that means is, both sides of this spectrum are going to shame you the exact same way. Well, not the exact same way, but they will both shame you just as much because you don't cleanly identify as one of the things that they perceive to be okay. Now, once again, the word queer was never a gendered term until actually quite recently, if you think 300 years ago was a short amount of time. So the reason queer has become a word such as this is not just because of society's obsession with labels, obsession with being black or white, but also because people can't seem to compromise. I know a lot of people, especially here in the audience, I'm sure you guys are more open, and I like to believe that. But that doesn't mean it's the case everywhere else. That doesn't mean that there is no hope, though. It was only 200, 300 years ago or so that the word became a gendered term. Back then, yes, it was a neutral term. And there are many people and communities out there that seek to enlighten people of these very things. I won't be mentioning a lot of them because I don't have much time right now, but things such as the cross-dressing community or the cosplay community that I did not quite mention a while ago, these people are more open to self-expression. Because at the end of the day, queer is just one of the many terms that we can use to express ourselves. And as we know, self-expression isn't inherently bad, that's just what people have done to it nowadays. But the point is, terms such as queer, such as homosexual, any of those terms don't inherently have any bad meanings. They're just saying, hey, I'm this kind of person, and that should be fine. But like I said, it should be. A lot of people may not see it that way, but let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Just because you label something as one thing doesn't necessarily mean that it falls into every single description or stereotype of that thing. Like earlier with the kissing your homies meme, just because you kiss someone doesn't mean that you love them in that way. Just because you cross-dress doesn't mean that you fully identify as queer. Just because you don't understand who you really are doesn't mean that you don't understand yourself. In fact, a lot of queer people, I'm sure, have done lots of introspection about themselves. They really tried to break down who they are, like me. The reason I cross-dress, it's not because of any gender identity things or whatever, it's just because I think it's cool. And I think that a lot of females have cool clothes. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and there shouldn't be. There's nothing inherently bad about it. It's that society has attached all these negative connotations to these things that make it such a negative thing to think about. So at the end of the day, what am I trying to express? I'm trying to express that all of these different terms, being queer, taking part in these queer activities, none of them are bad. None of them should be bad because there's nothing wrong with them in the first place. If you want to reform something, don't reform the community. Reform people's outlooks on the community. At the end of the day, you should, in theory, be able to do what you want to, within reason, of course. Please don't abuse your privileges. But at the end of the day, you should be able to express yourself how you want to. And if that means you have to change clothes to the opposite gender, that should be fine. So thank you for listening. And thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the speeches.